So let's be real. So much of our lives are online now, right? And it can get, well, messy, super messy. We're talking scattered files, forgotten passwords, and a never-ending stream of app subscriptions. Today, we're going to look at a really interesting solution to all that chaos, a self-hosted personal information manager called Savely.
Does this sound painfully familiar? You're hunting for that one important note. But wait, was it in Google Keep, Evernote, or maybe just some random text file you saved to your desktop? You need a password, but which of the 5 different password managers did you actually save it in? It's a universal headache, this digital fragmentation.
And yeah, this table, it just lays it all out, doesn't it? We're using one app for notes, a totally different one for our to-do lists, another for files, another for passwords. The list just goes on and on. Each one with its own login, its own monthly fee, its own quirks. It's like being a digital circus performer juggling a dozen apps at once, and honestly, it's exhausting.
All right, so let's really dig into what this scattered digital life actually feels like, day in and day out. And look, the key thing to get here is that this isn't just a minor annoyance. It's pure digital chaos. It wastes our time, and it creates this constant low-level stress that makes it so hard to just stay organized and get things done. You wind up spending more time trying to manage all your management tools than, actually doing the work.
But the problem goes way deeper than just being disorganized. There's this hidden cost to relying on all these separate, often free cloud services. And it's all about who's really pulling the strings.
And that leads us to the million-dollar question, right? We pour everything into these apps, our private notes, our financial details, our future plans. But how much control do we really have when all that data is sitting on the hands of some giant corporation?
Think about it like this. When you use a typical cloud service, you're basically a tenant. You're just renting digital real estate. The landlord, the tech company, gets to set the rules. They can raise the rent with a new subscription fee or even peek through your stuff. You don't own the property. You're just living there, and they can change the locks whenever they want.
Okay, so with all that doom and gloom, this is where the idea behind Savely steps onto the stage. It's offering a totally different way of thinking, one that's all about giving you back total control.
Now, the term self-hosted might sound a little technical, but the idea behind it is actually super simple and incredibly powerful. It just means the software runs in your space, on your server. So instead of just renting that apartment from big tech, you own the whole darn building. You get to make the rules.
And what's so cool is when you put them side by side like this, the difference is just stark. With the standard apps, your data's on their servers, your privacy is kinda optional, and you're stuck paying them forever. With a self-hosted solution like Savely, the data's on your server, you get absolute privacy, and it's a one-time payment. You own it. End of story.
And that's not just a catchy slogan, It's really the entire philosophy. It's about flipping the script and putting you, the user, back in the driver's seat of your own digital life.
So what does it actually look like to have everything in one spot, under your command? Let's take a peek inside this all-in-one digital hub.
Okay, I love this metaphor they use. They talk about a golden cube. Think of it like this. Each feature, each module, is one edge of the cube. When you bring all those edges together, you don't just have a random pile of tools. You have a solid, complete structure for your entire digital world.
For instance, one edge of that cube is the task manager. You can see right here how you can create tasks, check out these progress bars to see how you're doing, set your priorities. It's all there to manage everything from a simple grocery list to a super complex project. Then you've got another super important edge, the password vault. And this thing is no joke. It's using enterprise-grade AES encryption to lock down not just your passwords, but any sensitive info you've got, keeping it totally secure and accessible only to you. And get this, you can even manage your finances right in here. There's a built-in finance tracker that lets you log your income and expenses, see exactly where your money's going, and get a clear picture of your budget. It brings that financial clarity into the same command center. And boom, here's where it all clicks into place. This dashboard gives you one single screen to see your whole day. Your finances, your tasks, your contacts, even the weather. It stops being just a collection of apps and becomes your very own personal operating system. All right, let's pull back and look at the big picture here. Why does something like this even matter, especially right now? It really boils down to 3 huge ideas. First, ownership. Your data is truly 100% yours. No third party is ever looking at it. Then there's security. It's protected with the best of the best encryption. And finally, control. You're free from that endless cycle of monthly fees and the fear of being trapped in a service you can't leave.
And honestly, this one is a massive deal in today's world. We've all got subscription fatigue, right? The idea of paying just once and owning something forever, that's a throwback to how things should be.
So you might be asking, is this for me? Well, it's pretty much for anyone who's craving organization and really cares about their privacy. We're talking freelancers juggling projects, students protecting their research, or frankly, just anyone who is sick and tired of renting their digital life and wants to finally own it.
And really, that's the thought I want to leave you with. In a world that runs on data, the question of who holds the keys to your personal kingdom becomes one of the most important things you can ask. The choice between renting and owning has never mattered more.